Okay, there we go. Let's see. I just want to make sure everything's good over here. Okay, so hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown here to talk about Garfield. Well, what's it called? The Garfield movie? Okay. The Garfield movie, starring Chris Pratt as Garfield. I want to say this right now, that when he voiced Mario, I barely even noticed that he did voice Mario until I was like, oh wait, that's right, Chris Pratt is voicing Mario. I did not notice that. Oh, not bad, not bad. In this movie, you could totally tell it's Chris Pratt voicing Garfield. There is moments when he is voicing Garfield and I'm like, that sounds like Garfield. Yes. But then overall, I'm just like, it's just, you just using your voice, my bro. And yes, Chris Pratt doesn't need to be every anime voice character, basically. Every animated movie that comes out, Chris Pratt doesn't have to voice him. Let's just say that right now. Alright, please. Can we stop doing that? Just saying. But I do say this. I will say this. This movie is fine. I think this movie is fine. It's about, Garfield meeting John. And then eventually you get this backstory that, he thought he was abandoned by his daddy. Spoiler alert, this movie came out a few months ago. So there will be like last month or some shit. I don't know. I need to check. I forgot. But this movie came out not that long ago. But spoilers, I will spoil it a little bit right here. So 3, 2, 1, spoilers. It's about Garfield's dad. Garfield's dad is Garfield thinks he abandoned him since he was a kitten. And then we get these other like a heist type of stuff with Garfield. You even get this main villain cat basically, and she's great in my opinion. She's great. And when you watch the end of the credits, you could tell even I knew that they literally had to have a musical scene for this main villain. And we're coming. I was waiting for, you could tell this movie was going to be a musical. This movie is supposed to be a musical, you could tell. I was waiting for songs to pop out and everything like that. Because this movie was supposed to be a musical, which is funny. I'm not a big fan of musicals. But the one time, this is probably the only time it ever happened to me. The one time I wanted a movie that I thought this movie would be a musical and I was up for it, never became a musical. A Garfield musical. Sign me up. I'll watch it. But, you started to act like you were going to be a musical, and all of a sudden you took that away from me, and I was like, I'm kind of disappointed at it now. I'm not a big fan of musicals, to be quite honest with you. I'd rather watch other things than musicals, but I don't know. Somehow I was kind of open of a Garfield musical for some reason. I never thought about it until you started doing it. And then you stopped, and I was like, no, wait. What are you doing? What are you doing? You actually, no. Come back. Don't be scared. That's how I felt about this movie. I don't hate this movie. It's fun for little kids. It is. It's fun. I do need to complain about Garfield, though. Someone has a gun. Oh. Okay, someone's pissed. But anyways, Garfield, again, he's fine. Garfield is fine. He's just not that old grumpy cat as we all know and love. For kind of like Bill Murray did better. And Bill Murray hates those movies. He made fun of it in freaking Zombieland. Any regrets? Garfield maybe. And everyone's just like I loved how every actor looked at him like, yeah, that one was bad. I would have been like, hey, at least it was not bad casting. I mean, you voiced the Garfield really well. I couldn't hardly thought it was you. I thought it was the original voice. I'm like, oh, the original voice, that kind of sounds like Bill Murray. It is Bill Murray. Oh. And then the whole connection with Bill Murray and the original voice actor for Garfield, that is just crazy. Because he voiced Vickman in the new Ghostbusters, while Bill Murray played Vickman in the live action one. It's just, good God, that shit's nuts. That shit's crazy. And then in the new Ghostbusters movie, You get a Garfield trailer. More like the somehow Garfield and Ghostbusters. Why? Why is this a thing? Why? To be quite honest, I want more. Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters meets Garfield. You know what? I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. Have Garfield always be with Vickman because he just reminds him of John or something like that. I don't know. That's just me. I would have done that. Why wouldn't you do that? You'd be an idiot to not do that. Just like if you made a Scooby-Doo crossover with Courage the Cowardly Dog, what would you do? Oh, I don't know. Probably put them together and do like hilarious stuff with them? Well, yeah. If you didn't do that, you'd be fucking stupid. If you don't, it writes itself. Why wouldn't you do that? You know? So, when the movie started, Garfield looked like shit. Garfield looked like shit when the movie started. I looked at his fur. I'm even looking at a picture of him right now. And compared to Odie, it's night and day. It's almost like they wanted to do an Odie movie. And then they were like, let's just make a Garfield movie. And they were like, fuck. All right, here's a script. There we go. Now we have this. Because Odie is beautiful in this movie. There was no reason why Odie is the most beautiful character out of all the other characters. Not to say the other characters look bad. No, they all look great. They all look good, to be quite honest. All the characters, the animation, how they forward looks and everything like that, all of them have no complaints about them, except for Garfield. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he has Toon Force or some shit. I don't know. Some people might be like, no, he does not have Toon Force. Well, at the end of the fucking movie, they showed that he does have Toon Force. All he has to do is use fucking food. Which makes sense. And isn't that kind of almost like a trait of an anime character? And that's the thing. A lot of people don't like to point out that there's some anime character traits with our favorite characters. It's the same thing with Ghostbusters. There's some animated character traits that we see in Ghostbusters. For kind of like, look at Bear Murray. You don't think there's an animated character that's literally like Bear Murray in an anime series or movie? I guarantee you there is. There is. I guarantee you there is. And most likely, it's been done plenty of times. Okay? Those are just animated traits, in my opinion. That's just me. But I know a lot of people just argue and want to fight about it. But you guys need to remember that some of these people that make these movies are fans of anime. But you know how people are. They think that, hey, if some people are a fan of it, no one else cannot be a fan. Even the director that I watch. Steven Spielberg, fan of anime? No, he should not put that in his movies. The hell's wrong with you? You don't deserve that. It's like, what? Huh? Do you listen to yourself? I don't know. It's almost like watching a Alita Battle Angel. By the way, you should watch. I want a fucking sequel to that movie. Alita Battle Angel, hands down, awesome. Fucking awesome. I know this is not a review about it, but hands down, awesome. I know I'm not going to get to a lot of movies in my lifetime, but I'll say this right now. That movie is awesome, and it deserves a fucking sequel. Now. But I know how James Cameron is. He takes his time with his movies. I mean, look at Avatar. So, moving on. So, the story about Garfield's dad is basically about, yeah, he abandoned him. He was trying to find food. He didn't really abandon him. He was just trying to find food. And then this guy came out of the restaurant and he stood outside for like at least an hour or something. And Garfield's dad was just waiting there for him to just get out so he could give food to his own son. And then when he got there, his son was gone. And then he sees him with John. And he's just like, forget it. I don't have to do anything. He has a happy home. I just need to watch over him. And he's been watching him over the years and everything like that. So there is, you think that it's going to do, to be quite honest, I know a lot of people might look at the TV series and the comic books, well, the comics from the newspaper stuff. They might look at those and be like, why they didn't make that as canon or anything like that, right? You know. But I'm glad at least they're doing its own thing here. I know there's some things that do their own thing, like Halloween or other stuff that do other different things and they don't succeed. Sometimes when you do different things, it's fine. It just depends what it is. Halloween, for example, Halloween has done new stuff, and I never had a complaint about it with some of the new stuff. But it's just all about the execution. And some people are going to feel different about the execution. Some people will be like, yes, I like it. Other people will be like, it didn't do nothing for me. I'm sorry. You can love it all you want. But there's a reason why we're not getting no more sequels. And there's a reason why they only made 3 movies, for example. Oh, they only wanted to make 3 movies. They only say that. And then when the third one makes money, you know they're going to make more. We can't be this dumb. We can't be this dumb. If you've been watching movies and you know how movies work, especially how money works with movies, then you should be already knowing that. It's not a uncommon thing. It really isn't. Come on. It really isn't. I'm not trying to disrespect people or disrespect their, knowledge or anything like that, but come on, guys. It's true. And I'm not even talking to my subscribers that way either. I'm talking to, like, just general people that I'll be like, what? But, so what do I think about the Garfield movie overall? I do like the villain. You could tell, again, going back, you could tell she was going to have a singing part, but she didn't get it. The other villains that are with the main villain, that were just with her, basically, the 2 dogs, basically, at first, they kind of reminded me of Red and Stimpy a little bit, which is kind of funny. You got the Chihuahua and then the Pit Bull and everything like that. Not Pit Bull, but a Bulldog or something like that, right? So, I don't know, those characters right there just reminded me of Red and Stimpy for a minute, for some reason, and I enjoyed them a lot more. I enjoyed them a lot. And then they actually have character development in this movie. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that they could have just been bland, wooden, fucking generic villains helping a villain, and they get off-screen killed or off-screen gone, and then you don't see them again? But no, they actually took these side villains, and they were like, no, they're going to have an arc. They're going to have an arc. You know, I know some people might not care about it, but at least they fucking goddamn have it, right? And then some people can appreciate it. That we actually put effort into it. And not just, did stupid fucking shit. And then people look back at it 10 years later, and people look at it and be like, it could have gone better. In this movie, it could have been better. It could have been better. It could have been. But it's not one of those things. It's not one of those movies that I've said before, like, hey, it could have been better, but it's not. It's not that movie. It's that movie that's like, you can watch it, but don't expect you to, like, instantly be like, I gotta watch all these other Garfield stuff instantly, you know? If you're looking for that, you're not gonna find it here. You're not gonna find it. But what you're all gonna find is a fun little kids movie. And that's fine. I'm glad that we having studios realizing just make a fun kids movie. And I guarantee you, over time, people will look at that movie and be like, why do we talk shit about this movie? Oh, it's because, I don't know. Because you want something different. Instead of realizing this is a kids movie. And I understand, but not all, like, that's the thing. I want to say this right now. Do you agree? Even my friend will agree with this. But do you agree that mostly everything that has come out in media, adults have just tried to, like, make it their own? Even if it's for kids, even if we know it's for kids, we're going to look at it and grab it and be like, it's ours now. What are you talking about, little kid? No, this is ours. This is some adult shit. I'm over here like, this was made for kids, my bro. You can like it. It's cool. Like the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's made for kids. And I love that movie. But the kids that grew up with it in this generation with that movie, my niece is quoting it. And that whole Peaches. That is iconic as shit. And little kids are gonna keep talking about it once they hit my age. That movie's iconic as fuck for them. Just like any other movie that we grew up with, man. Like Star Wars or some other movies that a lot of people didn't like, but we did like. Like, for example, the Super Mario Brothers movie. I know I didn't like it at first, but over time I started liking it. And now it has a big cult fan base to the point that, yeah, you know, it has its flaws, but it's fucking really actually pretty good and pretty fun. And I'm glad that the Mario Brothers animation one is good too. I am. I'm glad that we have two versions of the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's fun. And even if people hate the 93 one, they'll be like, it's not as bad as other video game movies. And that is true. Even Mortal Kombat is not a bad video game movie. But there's so many other things in that. Again, I'm getting off tangent, and I'm sorry. But, Garfield, at the end of the day, this movie is fine. Overall, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. Yeah, a 7 out of 10. I was going to give it a 6 out of 10. Which some people might think that's bad, really bad. But some of the stuff that I did enjoy in that, like the villain and the side villains there that eventually have their own little arc. And the little dad backstory I kind of like, you know. Hey, you can't blame me. Sometimes a movie does it for me. Other times a movie doesn't do it for me. You know, sometimes when a movie does do it for me, people will be like, I don't get how that happened for you. But then when I don't get a movie, people will be like, are you fucking stupid, dude? This movie's great. And you fucking hate it? You're fucking an idiot. I'm sure some people might think that way when I talked about Terrifier 1. People will probably be like, damn, dude, you okay? I'm like, dude, I just have to be this harsh. I'm very harsh. You guys know that. The reason I'm that harsh to horror movies is because that's how much I love horror movies, man. It needs to change and evolve, man. That's just me, man. At least with the animation, at least when I look at Garfield, at least Garfield is looking back at old animation and they'd be like, no, there was some animation movies that was just for kids and was doing its own thing and it stood out on its own and eventually it's going to become noticeable for the people that grew up with it and people are going to like it. It's the same thing with us. Now look at all those movies that people are looking back and talking about because we mention them and be like, no, we love those movies. I love those movies. And sometimes we look back at them and be like, yo, this is still good. And then some people look back at them and be like, oh, no, you're all right. This is good. This is good. Not that long ago, I saw, what is it? Not that, I've mentioned this before in my other videos, but I recently got the Mask DVD. I haven't watched it, but I kind of remember the movie from the back of my hand. But I watched it anyways because I haven't really put it in my collection and everything like that. I know. I've been talking about this movie for years, and it's been a long time since I had this movie. I did have it on VHS, but I don't know what happened to it, so I had to get it on DVD. Even though I thought I did have it on DVD a long time ago, but I never did. Look at that. But I don't have to talk about The Mask on this channel because I talked about it so much already. So. And the influence that it has with Looney Tunes and MGM and also with Tex Avery. Oh, I don't have to get to that. Just get this movie, get this DVD, and it has everything in it that I'm talking about. Seriously, hands down. So overall, I think the Garfield movie that just came out is fine. Good for kids. I know adults might want something more, and I did too, but overall what it has, it's fine. And if I was a little kid and I watched this movie, I would have told you that I love this movie. I would have told you I love this movie. And I would have want to watch it again and again and again. So this is the CHUCKY signing off. It's not gonna piss you off. It's not gonna, make your kids stupid if you worried about that. No, it's a nice little fun kids movie that you should watch. You should watch. Even as an adult, you should watch it as an adult. And if you feel like you shouldn't watch it because what I'm saying, basically, or if you want to see it for yourself, go right ahead. It's not gonna, again, offend you, or it's not gonna do anything, to fuck up your kid. So it's a fine movie. It's one of those safe movies. Not those safe Christian movies, no, because we don't talk about those in this channel. But hey, if you're looking for that, well, go to another channel, because I don't talk about that shit. And if I was going to talk about that shit, then I'll probably recommend you Food Fight. People that know would be like, you're a monster. And I'll be like, I know, right? I'm such a fucking... What does Bugs Bunny say? Am I a stinker? I'll see you guys later. Be safe. What you thought about this movie. And there was some dark elements in this movie when they're in the factory and they're in the acorn area, basically what they call it. It's all like fucked up and everything's like all being like everything's being made into like cheese and everything like that. And no, into milk, basically. And they're using a lot of cheese. But the way that they're chopping it and everything like that kind of reminds me of the movie of 102 Dalmatians, when the Dalmatians are in the factory and it's showing how they make the coats and everything like that. You know, it's almost like, holy shit, oh, was that in a farm? So I haven't watched 102 Dalmatians live action in a long time, ever since I was a little kid. So don't quote me or kill me if I'm wrong with that, but you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to that scene if you watch that movie. By the way, fun movie. 102 and 101 Dalmatians is very underrated. Alright, still to this day, I think about that movie and I'll be like, that was actually a pretty fun kids movie. That is. And the main actress that plays Cruella de Vil steals the show, eats the scene up, and you know what? At the end of the day, you want to watch more of her. It's like, could we get her back? That'd be great. The fact that when they did Cruella and she never came back, I even mentioned this in my Cruella video, the fact that she wasn't there to make like a cameo or just to pass the torch in a way is kind of bullshit. And I understand a lot of people don't like that movie, but if they did it in a way that people were accepted, then we would have got something like that, you know? So that whole dog part, obviously, that could have been the best part of the whole fucking movie. I'd be like, oh my gosh, she really did it. She really did it. Didn't show it, but she really did it. And that's all they had done. And she could have gotten new dogs, new Dalmatians, and people could have been like, oh yeah, she just got new Dalmatians just to stick it to her. That would have been fine as well. But whatever. I still like the Cruella movie the way it is. I know some people fucking hate it. But I have a soft spot with it. I just do. I don't know. Sorry guys, it just did it for me. You know, and same thing with this movie. It kind of did it for me. Not to the extent that it's like, hey, I will buy the DVD. But if you want to, go ahead. Especially if you're collecting Garfield memorabilia and all that stuff. And if you're a big fan of Garfield. And I used to read a lot of Garfield stuff back in the day. A lot of comic books. I mean, a lot of comic. I keep saying comic book, but it's comic. I remember reading a whole bunch of stuff with that, and they're really good, and I love them. So, hopefully one day we can get like maybe a TV series about those type of shorts, and they could just be short as hell. I don't care, because they're all short as hell, these stories of Garfield. So if they can make like little shows or like probably 3-minute episodes of those every week or every month, I will watch them. I'll watch them. I would definitely watch them. I don't care if it's hand-drawn animation or computer animation or CGI animation. I don't care. I'll watch it because it'll be nice to see, just to have the new generation to see what Garfield really is and how his attitude is and stuff like that. So maybe it's probably not a good role model for your kids to watch, but you know what? Who gives a fuck? I'll see you guys later.